Noah. Very good. We have a very good friend here, Bae, B-A-E. We've just gone through the first one. Now, what about the second one? Okay, second one is also something we see in macroecons. Okay, so all these are specific to macro. Hello, caught in the rain. Been raining non-stop. Okay, so the B here, we're done with it. Okay, so Yami, later I'll just show you a very quick snapshot. Okay. Anyway, nowadays I don't really do a recap of last week's class because after each session, a lesson summary is sent to you. You look through it. Okay. So that together with the PDF notes, I think is a good enough summary. And the recording is also shared with you. Okay. So we keep moving forward. A stands for absolute versus growth rates. Absolute means what? Level. So last week, I mentioned a little bit about this when talking about standards of living. Or I said when you compare across countries, you cannot look at growth rates. You have to look at levels, yeah? So what is this thing? Absolute versus growth rates. Okay. Second, macro specific scale. Okay. Here, it's common for the data to show you growth rates. Data means the table. The table shows you growth rates, but the question asks for the trend in absolute or level terms. Okay. Maybe now you're half clear. Allow me to explain. Okay. When the data shows you growth rates, example, they show me GDP growth rate. We are familiar with this, okay? But the question wants GDP level, okay? Or alternatively, the data shows me inflation rate. Inflation rate. Can you tell me what's the underlying level term that corresponds to inflation rate? Inflation is the percentage change in what? Price level, absolutely. All right. So they ask for the trend in general price level. What do we call the general price level in Singapore? Starts with a C and it's not COE. CPI, Consumer Price Index. Same. Okay, it's exactly the same. Consumer Price Index. Like in Singapore, we call the train MRT. In Hong Kong, we call it the MTR. Same thing as the train, okay? So this is your absolute versus growth rate. And this is not balance account, huh? So we're gonna revive this thing about a general trend and your anomaly. Okay? How many of you call it anomaly in school? Yes. Who calls it a refinement? No one. Okay, so let's go with anomaly. I just want you to know they're all the same. Okay? Do you know what's the best anomaly? The best one, our favorite anomaly, is a trend reversal. Okay? This is the best anomaly you can find, which means it was going down throughout. Okay? Oh, this is the trend reversal. We should pick this up as your anomaly. Favorite. If you can't find it, oh yeah, then we feel a bit sad. But there's a second best option. Can't find a trend reversal? Never mind. The second best option is a change in your rate of increase or decrease. Okay, I'm gonna put this higher up. Okay. Hello. Okay, a change in the rate of increase or decrease is this one. Which part? You gotta go back to school after this. Oh, okay. OH. Oh, school. Okay, okay. Anyway, the notes I'll share with you later. All right. So we are talking about trend questions now. So when you look at anomaly, if you can't find a trend reversal, never mind. A change in the rate of increase or decrease suffices as well. Okay, like in this case, they'll say, oh, within this period, increase at an increasing rate. Okay, so with that as the backdrop, now you all try it out. I'll give you some numbers. Very easy numbers. Once again, 2020, 2021, 2022, and let's say this is my real GDP growth rates. Okay, in percentage terms. 5%, 3%, 1%. Can I ask you, what is the trend in real GDP? 2 marks. Okay, so based on these numbers, 5%, 3%, 1%, what is the trend in real GDP? Yami, what's your general trend here? Oh, wonderful. You gave both the general trend and the anomaly. Wonderful. Okay, now, oh, and I see this on Zoom too. Very good. Okay, so I think you are quite familiar with this. Do not say that real GDP fell because the data shows growth rates. As long as the growth rate is positive, the underlying absolute value is still rising. So your general trend is that it was increasing. Your anomaly is that it's increasing at a decreasing rate. This is the second best anomaly because there's no trend reversal. Okay, good. -5%, -1%, 2%. Who would like to try? Summarize the trend in real GDP. General trend, what is it? Overall, across the whole period, do you think GDP went up or came down? You grew at 5%, you dropped by 1%, you grew at 2% again. Overall, the statistics are clear. It should have gone up. Yes, it should have gone up. So it's increasing overall. Okay, that's my general trend. What about your anomaly? Are we going to say increasing at a decreasing rate? No. It experienced a fall in 2021. Very good. Okay, I see it in Zoom. Anomaly is that it fell in 2021. I don't want to say increase at a decreasing rate because I get to find my best anomaly, a trend reversal. There's a reason why this is called the second best. If you have the best one, don't take the second best. Do you follow? Yeah. Questions? On Zoom, are you okay? Yeah. Okay. I said they could do this for GDP growth rate versus GDP level. They could do this for inflation rate versus general price level. Do you remember another performance indicator with the word rate in there? I talk about inflation rate, GDP growth rate. What else helps you measure the performance of an economy? What rate? Unemployment rate. You all remember? Unemployment rate. See, I showed you this last week, right? I said, okay, if you look at your national income, we want a healthy economy. 3 indicators, one of which is external. And you see the word rate, rate, rate. So I want to ask you a very simple question. can they ask me about unemployment rate as well versus unemployment? Can they do that? The answer is no. Not every rate is the same. This rate all illustrate growth. Yes? How it changed from the previous period. Do you know the rate here is not growth? It's a ratio. So they can't do that. Unemployment rate is the number of unemployed over the size of your labor force. It is not a growth concept. So let's see this unemployment rate as totally different from the rest. Okay? Questions?